I'm back. It's me, Gail Crosby here, and I am the chef on board the Ocean Star. After a very busy season with Ocean Star charters, I'm excited to share with you a tried, tasted, and highly requested recipe. Ocean Star Charters has a noon departure from Prince Rupert, and we usually serve a hot lunch on the way to our fishing hotspots. Our fresh seafood chowder is always a big hit, so I will be preparing this dish for you today. Okay, so these are the ingredients for the soup today. We have 6 slices of bacon. We have 1 onion that's diced. We have 3 celery stalks that are diced. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to add 1 garlic that I'm going to grate. Then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of flour because I like to have my soup a little bit thickened. Then we're going to add the clam nectar. Then we're going to add the Caesar cocktail mix. We're going to add about 1/2 cup of cream. Then I'm going to add a little bit of tomato paste. And then I will add my smoked salmon skin, which I love to flavor my stock with. And then we will add the seasonings to it. We will add 2 bay leaves. We will add some tarragon, some dill, some parsley. We're going to add the Old Bay seasoning. And then I will throw in the potatoes and the carrots and the clams. And then just the last 2 minutes before the soup is ready, I'm going to add 2 cups of cubed salmon, which I caught when I sneak off on the boat in the afternoon. Okay, so the pan's hot now. So now we're just going to add the bacon. We're going to let that saute for a minute or 2, just till it gets slightly brown. You know, it gets that little nice color on the bottom. That way that adds that extra little bit of flavor to the soup. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the onion that we chopped earlier. So we've got the onion in there. And now I'm going to add the celery. And what I like to do is I just like to let that saute a bit now. Get just a little soft before we add all the other main ingredients. Then the soup won't take as long. And that way they'll get some color on them and just adds a little bit more flavor also to the soup. Okay, so now that this is all nice and brown, we're going to add the 2 tablespoons of butter. And this is the garlic clove. I just minced it. So we'll just let that melt a little bit, just get the butter all melted. And once that's melted, I'm going to add the flour, just to thicken it. I don't like a really runny soup, and I don't like a really thick soup either. This is just the middle. It just sticks together really nice. So now that that's done, I like to cook the flour down just a bit. So there, the flour's done. So now we can add the Caesar. We'll add the Caesar. And we'll add the clam nectar. Now you can see it's a little bit of pink there. So now what we'll do is I like to just give it a little bit more color. So that's why I add the 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Just makes it a little bit more pink, adds more color to it. And then we'll add the cream. That kind of gives it that little rich, velvety look. And once that's in, I add a little bit of the tarragon. We add a little bit of the dill. We add a little bit of the parsley. Now I add 2 teaspoons of the Oak Bay seasoning. Now once this cooks a little bit, you'll notice it'll start to get just a little bit thick. So now I can actually add all the ingredients now. I can add the carrots. We can add the potatoes. The only thing we don't add is the salmon. And the salmon goes in the last 2 minutes because it really doesn't take long to cook. I just add a little bit of pepper, the 2 bay leaves, And then we'll add the smoked salmon skin, which will give it a nice, creamy, glossy texture. And of course, we have to add the second star of the soup, the clams. Now, let's let that simmer for about 30 minutes, and then we'll add the salmon. Okay, so the soup is done. Now I'm just going to take out this smoked salmon skin that I put in earlier. So we'll take that out. There we go. A little bit there. There's a little bit more in here, so I'm just going to dig that out. There we go. So now, of course, we're not going to waste that. We're going to just take that little bit off, and I'm going to throw it back into the pan. Okay, now you see the color of the soup. It's a beautiful rosé color. It's ready to be served. I'm just going to add the 2 cups of cube salmon that I caught earlier, as I mentioned to you. So basically, it only takes 2 minutes, and we are done. Now I just add about 3 pieces of smoked salmon to the dish, just like that. And then I garnish it with a little bit of parsley, a little bit of that dill that we put in the soup earlier, and a little bit of tarragon. So there you have it. You can use this recipe for all of the fresh fish that you catch while you're fishing with Ocean Star Charters. You can substitute the salmon with halibut, red snapper, or link cod. Use your own imagination. This is a recipe you can easily prepare at home for your friends and family to show off your catch. So come fishing with us. Have a friendly and relaxed fishing vacation with our family. You'll catch some fish, but more importantly, you'll have fun doing it.